Of all the entrepreneurs and companies that had been trying their hand at e-commerce in Pakistan for at least a decade, Careem, the ride-hailing giant, was the unlikeliest candidate to get Pakistan used to the idea of paying for goods or services over the internet. Yet, the company's payment infrastructure has allowed people to use their services and pay for them through the app, either through payment information stored in the app, such as debit or credit card, or through credit that they've added into their Careem wallets by paying cash to the drivers. And now, Careem is looking to use this infrastructure to expand by getting people to pay for other goods and services that they may currently be buying through other apps. That is where Super App comes in, a virtual mall where there will be two models: services owned and offered by Careem itself, such as ride-hailing, food, same-day delivery capped at Rs 5,000, and payment from Careem Pay, and other third parties on board offering any sort of services that need communication of the vendor to the customer base. With exclusive access to Careem's internal data, which provides a never-before-seen look at how this business has changed from when it first opened doors in Pakistan in 2016, Farooq Tirmizi and Sayeda Masooma report on how the ride-hailing app has changed over the years and what it is becoming. Careem started off as a Gulf's response to Uber and only moved into Pakistan in 2016 when 3G and 4G connections started becoming widely available. In 2016, according to the company's internal data, about 84% of the cars on its platforms were driven by drivers who were salaried employees of a car rental company or other small businesses that had signed on to Careem. Only 16% were people who owned their own cars. This model got the company off the ground, but it had its limits. Careem wanted to move to a business model more similar to that of Uber in its mature markets, and that meant spending intensely in order to grow, offering artificially low fares to customers and bonuses and all sorts of other cash incentives to drivers. This was their buying growth stage, and Careem was aggressive. Between 2016 and 2018, average fares per ride for its ride-hailing business went down by 35.7% from Rs 364 per ride on average to just 234 rupees per ride. And this was not driven by people using the app for shorter rides. Drivers during this time, meanwhile, kept getting paid higher compensation to continue driving on the platform. Careem did not care if it made money on each ride at this point. It just cared about growing. In the first 4 years of the company's operations in Pakistan, Careem has invested $85 million into this market. By the end of 2019, Careem was the largest e-commerce business in Pakistan by a wide margin. During a year when Daraz was doing close to $50 million in annual revenue, Careem was handling closer to $250 million in annual bookings. More importantly, well over half the drivers on the platform, 62% to be precise, were independent drivers who owned or leased their cars. The platform now has 150,000 monthly active drivers across Pakistan, according to Careem's management, out of 700,000 registered drivers, with the goal to reach 1 million by the end of 2020. After Uber acquired Careem in early 2019, the company was able to begin taking away those initiatives for drivers and raise fares for customers. The 12.9% rise in average fare per kilometer in 2019 and by another 6.7% in 2020 represents a shift in Careem's business. It no longer needs to spend money to convince users to start using its core ride-hailing services and can raise prices in line with costs. While this has not gone unnoticed either by drivers or customers, Careem management insists it is the right time for their business to start making economic sense. But right as Careem was making its trajectory, COVID-19 struck. Worldwide, Careem's business declined by 80% during the month of April, causing the company to lay off a large portion of its employees. And while this was a difficult moment, it was also an opportunity to look for new revenue opportunities. For Careem, it was the delivery business, and as demand rose during the pandemic, Careem started to think about its super app. The tech world has been obsessed with a super app that combines social media, messaging, maps, mobile payments, and e-commerce of all sorts into a single app since WeChat hit 500 million users in China in 2014. VEON, the parent company of Jazz, had high hopes of launching Pakistan's first super app, but the app tried to add too many things too quickly and died before it ever got off the ground. Unlike Jazz, however, Careem already has a relationship with its users where they are used to paying for its services online through their Careem wallets, and it's launching at a time when people are getting more comfortable with the idea of non-physical ways of purchasing goods and services. While the optimism about Careem's super app may be somewhat warranted, there is reason to be cautious. Digital payments in Pakistan are not yet as ubiquitous as they would need to be in order for these apps to succeed. Indeed, even on Careem, cash payments remain not just an option, but one of the most frequently used methods of payment. For the super app to work, Careem will need its digital wallet, Careem Pay, to succeed. On that front, there remain some regulatory hurdles that are still standing in the way. Talks with the SPP are already underway to completely turn Careem Pay into a digital wallet, and the company is already working towards launching Careem cards.